here and anything you see you like, welcome. Thanks for coming today.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
여기 앉자.
Anybody here been on this tour before? Quite a few. Just shout out, how long ago has it been for you?
10 years.
10 years. For to change the history, would you know? The guy who started this tour back in the year 1965, believe it or not, pictured in the painting back there on the back wall. So he's seeing money up there, big dollar signs, and he's telling his family, I'm envisioning building a town here with this flag area. We can then hire a bunch of loggers and lumberjacks to go up there into the hills and beyond and chop down the old trees, and the hills are steep enough to where we can use that.
안녕. 사람들하고 따라갈 때 잘 가. 옛날 거리래. 와, 저 진짜 오래된 건물 같다. 저 앞에 거.
빨간 벽돌?
응. 엄청 오래된 거 같아. 저것도 오래된 거래. 스미스 타워.
그래?
응.
Teenage girl on my tour last week said it smells like old people here.
이것도 되게 오래된 거래.
별로 안 오래돼 보여.
Year 1907 because of rats and disease. They usually don't share that because they'll make this the refund line, ground. It was the bubonic plague that not only people died from, so it's not deemed an epidemic by the city of Seattle, but it created a big scare. And people started leaving the level out here because they were seeing rats down here and thinking they were breeding on the wooden floors. So it was a scary scenario. Only 2 people died, luckily nobody else. So everybody, welcome to the Underground. Now that we're done it, I want to ask, can you believe you paid money for this? Right here, we're basically at or close to the same level we were at in that room where we had the seated introduction, but really no more than like 4.5 feet above that level right there. If you check out that second photograph there on the wall from the left, it shows you what this part of Seattle looked like at the age of 13. That's the year 1864. That's 25 years before the Great Seattle Fire. So the town had grown pretty much the island. They worked their way to the north as far as they could go, and then when they got to these hills up there, Arkansas, they said, let's not tear those hills down just yet. Instead, let's turn around and go south. And we'll enlarge the town that way, because down that way, there's a wider area between Water's Edge where the hills get...
이럴 때 옛날에 지하 공간이었, 길이었대. 다 연결돼 있어. 그러니까 이게 다 와. 또 여기가 길이었어. 우와. 다 이런 거리였대.
And for Skylight's nearly 130 years old, they actually go out pretty well. You know? From where we turned the corner back there, 3 blocks behind you were mostly bars and saloons. But being the logging town where most people who lived back here back then were men, the city of Seattle found out the men to women ratio when they put together a huge business and occupation survey in the year 1879 to find out how many people lived here in Seattle, their occupation and gender, and about 20.
우와. 저 옛날에 거리였대. 여기가 다 수정 길거리였대.
부서진 거야?
와, 다 그대로 있다. 옛날 거
부서진 거야?
불나가지고
부서진 거야? 만들다 말고 아니지?
불나가지고 밑에 그냥 이러고. 여기 강이었대. 와. 그래? 오줌 아니야?
다 거미줄이야?
응, 거미줄. 와. 한순정 안녕.
Check out that sign up there, the 75 cent more up. That was the year 1968 when business here in Pioneer Square was Skid Row. It was done back then. It was so bad. There were hotel owners talking about better make pocket changes out of your home now. And that went for all business down here from the Depression to the 1960s. Yeah, we were hard down. And they don't tell you about that big dark iron shelter there across the street. It's called the Pergola. A drawing stuff of the built for the World's Fair in Seattle. This was back in the year 1909. The fair was called the Alaska.
안에 왜 나 되게 그렇지?
저 아저씨 잘 따라가야지.
Up ahead, everybody, you can see the outline, the rectangular outlines of the sidewalk.
들어가.
Your shirt says Nirvana on it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain was my second cousin once removed.
Oh, really?
My last name's Cobain. Liquor stores and 2 ammunition stores. The building over the Foster building, they were threatening to leave and go to the Coleman nearly 60% of sales bred by the Western back in the if they were going to rebuild the city using the first
Sorry.
idea I'll mention up ahead here.
우와. 뭐야? 나 여기 다. 여기 다 빌딩이었대. 와. 옛날에 이 건물이었나 봐. 아, 아까 그 보더블럭 위에 그게 이거구나. 어떤 사람들이 막 사진 찍던 거, 그치? 자. 응?
카드 진짜 많아.
같이 가. 오, 꼼꼼해. 응? 이거 아까 거긴데? 조심해서 내려가. 오.
That is a is that
Astro,
the, that is a
Astro.
cool camera. Very cool. Badly oxidized, but outer tin lining to it.
Sorry.
그냥 이 건물이었대. 그럼 우리가 일로 내려온 거잖아. 이 건물 일로 내려왔잖아, 그치? 와, 되게 오래된 건물이다. 와, 이거 뭐 옛날 거 그대로 있네? 야, 진짜 옛날 거다. 와, 이거 뭐야?
Because back then there were people that were actually that were illiterate that were actually paying someone else out and contribute to them for freedom of book for entertainment or whatever, you know. So out of 2,512, those four papers are advertising program. She probably two minutes close to the name of she ran down there. So she's 43, 6 years later from syphilis. And then Seattle's photograph is right there in the speech he gave, biggest speech he gave in the mid-1850s, where he tried to convince the white man that the earth was not a commodity to be bought and sold, to be shared by everybody. By seeing their image on a piece of paper when the film developed, they thought that that piece of technology stole their soul, collapsed it to the paper. They didn't believe that here, you know. His eyes are closed because he dozed off while like, how long for this thing to expose? Like the exit is on the other side in our gift shop, where we don't have a whole lot of items to sell because we haven't gotten a new shipment in like 8 months to nearly a year, so I have some issues with that. But the best way to get you towards the stairs, so you can see in the back left corner of that room next door is through the archway there. I'll be behind the tour guide counter where those tour guides.
안 가? 이거 싹 찍고 가자 이제. 이렇게 흙 위에다 이렇게 지었대 다 옛날에 물 찬다고. 물 찬다고 다 이렇게 흙 위에다 지은 거야.